Hello, I'm Brett with WIPdeveloper.com. The other day, while developing a Lightning Web component, I ran into this issue where when importing the Salesforce user ID and assigning it to a property in the component called ID, and this is a very simple component because that's all it's doing in the JavaScript, and all it's doing in the HTML is displaying the ID. Now, this is pretty straightforward. You think there shouldn't be any issues. And there's not. It's loaded on the page. The issue arises when you enable Lightning Debug mode. So if I go into the debug mode and enable it, and refresh the page with the component on it, I start seeing this render through an error. Import user ID trial, assert violation, failed to construct the C import user ID trial. The results must have attributes. And it took a while to figure it out, and saw some responses on Twitter about this. I thought the issue was with the import statement itself. Obviously, it was working before I turned on Lightning Debug mode, so if I turn it off and refresh the page, it works again. But if I wanted debug mode on, that's not a solution. So I'm going to enable it, make sure it's still an issue. And it is. Now, I'm going to change the property name from ID to something else. So I'll change it to user ID, save it, push this, and refresh the page. Maybe a second time. I should update the HTML template. Now refresh the page. We can now see our ID, and we can open up the developer console in the browser and see that we are in Lightning Debug mode, because we get all those wonderful messages from Salesforce. Yay. So if you are encountering the render through an error, assert violation, check to see if you have any properties that are called just ID, and adjust accordingly. It's, to my understanding, not supposed to be something that's prevented. But based on some of the responses I saw, it's not supposed to be an issue unless it is an API decorated attribute, but that is not the case that I encountered. That's all for now. Remember to sign up for the weekly stand-up, and you can get updated with any new information we have on WIPdeveloper.com.